warning before you listen. This epic is not for children, nor for the faint of heart. We retell the ancient Greek myths as they were born, unfiltered, unsoftened. Scenes of violence, curses, betrayals, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. Given the many conflicting versions of the Titan War, the events have been rebuilt to complete the missing pieces. Here, we tell the myth as it was meant to be told. Sources and references are listed in the episode description. Chapter 95. The Roar Before the Blast. Cronus in the Mirror of Defeat. When a tyrant sees his own downfall, in the eyes of those he still commands, in a place untouched by day or night, where no seat existed but the throne, and the only light came from the shadow of time itself, Cronus sat. He could not be seen. He could only be felt. As though the very air aged the moment it entered the room, silence wrapped around him, not the peace of quiet, but the silence of storms before they scream. Then the bearer of news entered. His knees trembled, his voice quivered, as if he were about to inform a god that time itself had turned its back. He whispered, "They've fallen. All three fronts are burned." He said no more. He didn't need to. The air itself howled. And Cronus? He stood, everything around him shattered. The stones, the air, even time itself. The entire world seemed to flinch, as if the cosmos had made a historical mistake. From deep within, his voice erupted, not from his mouth, but from a chest filled with curses. "Who?" The trembling voice replied. "They've all fallen. Hyperion, Coeus, Erebus, Perses, Thaumas, defeated by the children of the traitor." The wall behind him exploded, not by hand, but by fury. He roared, and the mountain trembled. He stomped, and the earth cracked for a heartbeat. Then he spoke. "All of you, you're sons of disgrace. Who called you titans? Who gave you your names? You are lies I've walked with for far too long. But now, time belongs to me, and I will return it to the womb of terror." He struck the wall again, and it split like rotted flesh. Even the palace seemed to echo back in fear, as if the place itself had begun to dread its master. Then he commanded, "Call them. Crius, Iapetus, Atlas, Menoetius, every one of them still cursed by my will. Bring them now, or let their names be erased from the stones of this world." They entered, not like warriors, but like boulders breathing. They stood silent, but in that silence rage smoldered. Atlas spoke first, his voice heavy like the sky on his shoulders. "If you wish to strike, then strike." Iapetus answered, his open hands like daggers. "But this time, we fight not for your throne, but for our names. Names shattered in wars we never chose." Cronus stepped closer. Smoke clouded his eyes, refusing to clear. "You have no choice," he said. "If I fall, you fall with me. But if we win, then the cosmos will rewrite its beginning in my image. This war will not be declared as defense, but as vengeance, for a universe that dared to betray me." Crius looked at him, then finally said, "Then let it be the final war." Cronus smiled, but it wasn't a smile. It was a crack in the face of wrath. He laid his hand upon a map skinned from the gods of old, and declared, "We will divide the earth. We will burn the skies, we will shatter the sea, and hang their corpses on the axis of time, so history learns never to forget my name again." And so it was. In the heart of a night where only the breath of traitors could be heard, what remained of the Titans gathered, not out of loyalty, but because they hated defeat more than they hated one another. A growl rose from the mountain itself. No one heard it, but it entered the bones of the heavens, a growl that said, "The flood has not yet begun." This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us, which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why? We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.